What's up everyone, I'm Colby Cheese, and this is going to be my video showing off my newest character, which is my elemental Cleave Templar. And right now we are sitting in the city of Sarn. I am level 62 right now, and this is Merciless. Been on hardcore mode here, just running through some stuff, and this is probably one of the most fun characters that I've had in a long time. It just does a lot of damage. It is right up there in the heat of battle, so it can get pretty intense at times, especially since this is, you can die at any time, especially if you're not careful. But I just wanted to show off how strong it is. I've actually got close to 5,000 DPS right now, and you'll see like I'm attacking super fast right now with my Cleave, and all of the damage is coming from elemental, and that's pretty much where this build gets its strength, is the fact that Cleave, well, normally on physical damage will take off 70% of the damage that you do, or that's when you're dual wielding anyways. But if you're using elemental, all of that damage is not reduced at all, so you can just stack a lot of elemental damage nodes, or not nodes, but well, yeah, I like that weapon elemental damage. But you stack elemental damage on your rings, on your swords, pretty much everything that you have. And you're going to be doing lots and lots of damage here. Oops, I just forgot. I was going to throw down a conversion trap there, which I usually do if there's a rare or something and I just want to have a little bit of extra tankiness. Let me go ahead and fix that for now. So yeah, with this build, if I need some help with some stuff, like if there's a elemental reflect pack or some kind of hard mob that I need to kind of get rid of for just a second, I'll throw down a conversion trap, and that'll take care of it for me real fast. And then I'll go ahead and take care of all the simple easy mobs, and I can go on from there. So hopefully I'll be able to show you guys that here in just a sec before I'm done with this video. Jolozorb, let's go ahead and grab that. And for maneuverability, I've actually got faster attacks socketed with my Leap Slam, as well as a Whirling Blades. I'll use the Whirling Blades to kind of get around in combat to reposition myself, and then I'll use the Leap Slam to just jump over walls and things like that whenever necessary. So you'll see I'm just wrecking everything so fast, and it's really not too bad. I'm also using some endurance charges whenever I remember to put them up. Just Enduring Cry, I've got 4 endurance charges right now. I haven't spec'd into any from the tree yet. I just have the one extra one from Helping Oak back in Act 2 Cruel. So right now I am actually working towards getting some better gear. This character right now is not too strong. Like, I've only got 3,000 health, and my resists are not very good. So I have no resist on like my boots, gloves, helm, or chest. Like, that's how bad my gear is. So you really don't need like the best gear. I just have like, I'm just trying to get health at least on the gear that I have. And I've got a couple of things that have some extra elemental damage. So I've got a ring that I just recently found that's got like an extra like 50 or 60 elemental damage of 2 different types on it. And that made my damage go up by quite a lot actually. Ooh, this guy hurts. Let's go ahead and throw down that guy right there. Boom. Oh, I think I converted the wrong one. Yep. Sometimes you gotta be careful about that. So let's get some endurance charges. But yeah, like you can clearly see, I'm not very tanky just yet. So I'm not farming the docks. A lot of people like to farm the docks. And so while that's good for some classes, if you don't have like max fire resist and you're a bit squishy, it's probably very dangerous to do that. Whereas City of Sarn, it can be dangerous, but it's mostly physical damage, so I can deal with that with a few endurance charges and with my life leech. And the life leech is not from other items, it's actually from a gem that I've got socketed with my Cleave. So let me just go ahead and show you the links I have. I don't even have a 5 link yet. Once I get a 5 link, my damage should almost double, because I'm gonna socket a concentrated area of effect gem. So right now I'm using Cleave here. It's got 4,700 damage, or DPS, sorry. And right now I'm using this axe right here, which is 1.8. Essentially what you want with this build is the fastest possible weapon you can get with as much elemental damage as possible. So I've got a 2.08 fancy foil, which is really nice. And like Mother Gear just really bad. So it's just like a blue helm with health, a little bit of resist, but not a lot on my chest. Boots have just some move speed. Oh, there we go. Some lightning resist. That's not bad. And then the gloves are actually not terrible for the damage anyways. They've got attack speed, which is amazing. Belt just has health on it. This is the ring that I found recently, which is actually really good for damage, but has no survivability. So whenever I take it off, I actually lose quite a bit. Let's see, 40. Let me just show you how important it is to have a little bit of elemental damage on this build. So we go from 4,700 to 37. So this is 1,000 DPS ring with just those two things. And then I've got a ring that I found that has elemental damage increased with weapons. And so it, again, doesn't have any survivability, but let's see, from 4,700 down to 4,000. So you can see every little piece of gear that has some elemental damage or whatever on it can make a huge difference. This one right here, again, has no survivability on it, really. It just has some dexterity so that I can use my items. So that's basically why I'm using them. But luckily it has 8 to 15 cold damage, so that helps me out with some stuff as well. Actually, I just turn off my auras. Oh yeah, and Wrath and Anger is what I'm using, as well as Vitality. And that's going to make it so that I can regenerate health fast. And then the Wrath and Anger are actually supported by the Inner Force buff. So I get lots of damage from Wrath and Anger. In fact, let me just show you. Right now, again, 4,700. Let me take off both of these buffs. And you'll see I'll go down to 2,500 DPS, which is still a lot. Like, in fact, let me run around. I'll kill some stuff real fast. So just so you know, like, if you don't have like some amazing ring that has lightning damage or something like that on, you're still gonna be doing lots of damage. Like, I'm just destroying stuff here. It's not very difficult for me to kill things. Just maybe like one extra attack. Ooh, big deal. Some crit guys, gotta be careful about these. Oops. All right, well, I turned on my anger. I was trying to throw a conversion trap. Usually what I'll do is I'll after I put on my auras, I'll switch that. Let's give myself that buff that he has. So that's pretty cool. All right, and as far as what you link with the Cleave, let me show you what I've got here. As soon as I take him down, run into town real quick. So with Cleave, you want to link a, you want a 5-link ideally, but it works just fine with a 4-link for now. And I've got, well, that's not what I'm, okay, I put it in my helm actually. So I've got faster attacks, which is pretty important, and weapon elemental damage. You're gonna multiply the amount of elemental damage that you have by a lot. Cleave, which I've only leveled to level 5 because of the mana cost. After level 5, it starts to raise in mana cost some more, and it only increases your physical damage. So there's no point in leveling up past that unless you're just going like a physical Cleave build. For Life Leech, or sorry, for Life Leech, I use Life Leech. You could use Life on Hit while leveling up. That's what I did until like level 35 or so, or 40, until you get enough damage for Life Leech to surpass the Life on Hit. And so I was actually leveling Life on Hit gem just to see the difference, and Life Leech definitely a lot better for this build. Life on Hit probably better if I was doing like Lightning Arrow Ranger or something that's going to be hitting a lot of targets, but since I'm melee and close range, Life Leech is definitely better as far as the numbers are concerned and stuff like that. And auras, obviously you need to link them all to reduce mana. I was lucky I found this reduced mana gem, actually 10%, good times. And everything else, like, I haven't gotten a chance to upgrade my gear yet, so I'm going to be doing probably like, I was thinking of doing a Summon Skeletons totem, or maybe do some zombies in order to have something tank for me. It's going to be pretty important later on whenever a lot of stuff is doing damage. And I'm actually, let me show you the passive tree that I was heading into. So there's a couple things that make this build work out really well. Inner Force gives me like just an immense amount of damage because it multiplies all of my aura. So my Vitality and my Anger and Wrath, like my two big damage sources here, are multiplied by 30%. So that's a really, really big deal. Once I get all the way down in the tree, you'll see I'm heading this direction. Once I get down to Iron Reflexes, I'm actually going to start using Grace. But, you know, hopefully by then I'll have more mana as well. So I'm not going to use that for now. It's not worth it. I just don't have enough mana. I've only got 92. You need to be able to cast a few attacks before you're done. And I also use conductivity because I want to be able to shock stack with the lightning damage that I have. I attack so fast that it's not going to be too hard to get some shock stacks going. But I actually haven't spec'd into that just yet because, I don't use it that much just because I kill fast enough as it is. But later on when I need more damage, I will. Eventually I'm going to get static blows. I'm only 2 away, so I'm just kind of waiting there until a little bit later game once I start getting into maps and whatnot. So a couple levels from now. You'll see that I've actually taken about 4 extra points to go for the Soul Siphon. And the reason for this is normally with this build you'd have to use a a mana leech gem in order for you to have the mana sustain necessary. But since I kill enemies so fast, I get 25 mana back every time I kill something. So I'll just group up a large amount of enemies, AoE them down, and my mana is back to full. Sometimes I have a little bit of mana issue whenever I'm up against like a hard single target, but I kill them so fast it's not a big deal. I have enough charges. I can use my mana flask. What I do is I get down to 0 mana and then I pop my mana flask and I keep on attacking, and while that's recharging 660 mana, I'm still attacking. So it really doesn't become an issue unless I'm fighting like Val or something like that, but in that case I'll probably be with a group that has clarity and you just stand next to them. As far as that's concerned though, I'm actually about to go for mana flows, and that's going to give me a lot of extra mana and mana regeneration. So you run out of mana, you just like run around for a little bit. It doesn't take long to regenerate 92 mana, and boom, I'm back in the action. It's no problem. Right now I'm actually using a couple of agility nodes because I don't have enough agility from my gear yet. Eventually what you want to do is try to not use rapiers for this build. Obviously I have a really good one, so I'm using it. Ideally you want to use like Corsair swords late game because they have a little bit less dex requirement, and then I can spec out of the agility and I'll be able to use those nodes elsewhere. You'll notice I've got as much weapon elemental damage as possible. I've taken those nodes there, and I'm going to be heading down this direction, and as I'm going towards Iron Reflexes, I'm going to be grabbing these 3 weapon elemental damage nodes right there as well. So I'm going to be doing lots of damage, and I'll have some more HP, survivability. I'm going to make sure and link this build in the description. It's a similar build to something I've seen on the forums, but I've just modified a little bit for hardcore mode, as I think the build that I was looking at was not for. So another thing about this build, it is pretty dangerous. You have to be careful. If you don't have max resist like me, I do not, and you go up against a reflect pack, you can definitely like kill yourself really fast. So it's better to either not go up against reflect if you don't have max resist, or what you can do is you can use your conversion trap on the reflect mob and you can attack a couple of times, but be careful. You know, you don't want it to unconvert and then you still be attacking and kill yourself. So just a couple things to pay attention to and you should be okay. Also, you obviously have to make sure you don't put yourself in a crazy situation. Since you are closer to the action, you need to make sure and keep up your endurance charges. I'm using Enduring Cry. That way I can have endurance charges. I don't always need them because with Cleave, it's got a pretty decent range. It's longer than the graphic. So what I'll do is, especially against these melee, I'll just stand back a little bit and I'll attack, and as stuff is walking into me, they'll take damage before it gets to me. And that's the way I can avoid a little bit of damage, so it's not too terrible. Another thing is the Whirling Blades is really nice for battle. You can get out of combat pretty easily. So let me round up a bunch of mobs here and I'll pretend like they're hurting really bad. Let's say these are all like champions or something, or they've got something that's hurting me really bad. I'll be sitting here attacking and then boom, I'll just like run away real fast, reposition myself, heal up if I need to. I've also got Rejuvenation Totem. I haven't been using it for farming City of Sarn because I don't really need it. But a lot of times if I'm in a hard area, especially when I was doing the sewers earlier, I would actually throw that down and try and use it to help tank. Like I said, eventually I'm going to get the Skeleton Totem. The Rejuve Totem gives me quite a bit of health, but it's not that big of a deal. This guy is like annoying here. Let's take him out. Stop jumping away, man. Go down. Alright, so cool deal. Anyways, I just want to show you this build. I know that's this video's been a little bit long, a little bit lengthy, but hopefully you will have a lot of fun. This can be used in hardcore or softcore. If you're playing this in softcore, you're gonna have a lot of fun because you can probably forego a little bit of survivability, and just go straight up damage. You know, pretty much like I'm doing right now. You can have items like me without being completely terrified. Right now, I am completely terrified because I do not have enough survivability. I just need to get more resist and more armor. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and fight all these guys. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be scary actually. All right, so this will be the final battle of the video here. This is gonna be like freaking man mode here. All right, just show you like how fun this build can be. All right, so I'm just gonna keep attacking. You usually want to attack once or twice, especially if there's ranged mobs. You attack once or twice, whirl away so you can dodge the attacks, and bam, there you go. That is Elemental Cleave Templar. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you plan to make your own Elemental Cleave Templar, then best of luck to you, and hope you don't die. This is Colby Cheese. I'll see you guys around next time. Make sure you subscribe. I'll be doing a lot more videos in the future. Let me know what kind of guides you would like to see as well, because I'll definitely be doing some of those. I might even do some leveling guides as I'm doing the races, because I tend to level up really fast. In fact, let's see, I don't even know what I'm at right now. 23 hours. So 23 hours, I'm at like level 62. That's probably not the best time. But I've already gone through a lot of Act 3 Merciless. Like, I only have to do Piety right now. She's the only thing I have left. Because, you know, right before I started farming City of Sarn, I actually went and I did all the other quests up to Piety. So, I just don't want to do Piety without enough resist. So, anyways, I'll see you around for my next video. Peace out, guys. Like really pulley golem fight action with burning ground everywhere. I don't know whose fire is whose.